To me, the Fleming Series 1 is one of the most exciting releases of recent memory. It's rare to see a brand come out with something so refined and well thought out in their initial launch. Let's take a look at the new independent brand that just launched their first watch. It's not often that you see someone that you have come to know in your watch collecting circle strike out on their own, well, as part of a team, and create something incredibly unique and well executed. Well, that's the story of Fleming, at least how I was introduced to the brand. I met James Kong a little over a year ago when I would see him over and over again at New York City watch events. Obviously, we were both collectors and enthusiasts, but it was our non watch background that became a common bond. James, one of the most celebrated watch photographers in the industry, he goes by waitlisted on Instagram, figured it out a little bit earlier than I did, joining Fleming, a new brand founded by Thomas Fleming. He joined prior to the launch of their inaugural piece, the Series 1, which I have in for review. The launch doesn't exactly come as a surprise, as the young brand has already had some big moments even before launching the watch. In early 2023, Casper Rudd, the young Norwegian tennis star and a top 10 player worldwide, has been seen wearing a Fleming off the court. Indeed, Rudd, a watch enthusiast and collector, has been working with Fleming to create a shock-resistant watch that he can wear while playing. This is rather unheard of, a brand that hadn't even released a watch showcasing their prototype on the wrist of a world-class athlete. And Rudd believed in Fleming so much that he's become an investor in the brand. While Rudd's custom watch has yet to be realized, what was just released is the Series 1. The Series 1 consists of 41 watches, 7 in rose gold, 9 in platinum, and 25 in tantalum. I was able to get the rose gold variation prior to launch for a review. And when you look at the details from the dial to the case finishing and movement, you'll realize that this is no ordinary brand. While plenty of brands these days are launching with a vintage-inspired sport watch or a very modern design, the Fleming Series 1 is about as classic as it gets. That's not to say it looks dated or boring. That couldn't be further from what Fleming is. So let's get into the details. The rose gold case measures in at 38.5 millimeters with a lug-to-lug width of 46.5 millimeters and a thickness of 9 millimeters including the crystal. So it wears extremely well as a dressier watch. I have a 6.75 inch for reference. One of the more unique aspects of the Fleming Series 1 is its case construction and how much attention to detail was paid to its design. The mid-case alone is comprised of 3 separate pieces, a brushed top and bottom, with a highly polished band around the middle. This provides some depth to the case, which isn't always the case with a lot of dress watches. But that's not even the coolest part of the case. The lugs are horn-shaped and skeletonized, giving the Series 1 a more contemporary look, which overall fits the DNA of the Series 1. Fleming says that they felt that the lug design was important because it's often overlooked in watchmaking in general. The dial on the Fleming Series 1 is unique depending on which material is chosen. The tantalum features a cool aventurine dial, the platinum a nice guilloche, and the rose gold here features a hand-hammered dial plate that I found to be absolutely incredible. Each of these dials is created by the prestigious Komplemin, which is owned by Kari Voutilainen. The dial itself features a number of different textures that catch light differently. You have the polished chapter ring, handset, and indexes for legibility. Then you have a neatly textured hand guilloche backdrop and the hammered dial plate in the middle. It's really nothing short of mesmerizing, and that can be pretty rare to find in an inaugural launch. Overall, I found the dial to be a testament to how in tune with watchmaking Fleming is, with the smallest details making the dial feel more like art than a timekeeping instrument. Speaking of art, inside the Series 1 is the caliber FM01, a fitting name for the brand's first movement. The movement was developed in collaboration with Jean-Francois Majon of Chronode, a GPHG award-winning watchmaker. I won't mince words here, the movement is a stunner. The manual-wide movement is visible through the sapphire caseback, and the first thing you'll notice is the twin barrels both featuring the Fleming logo. At 4 o'clock, you have a polished bridge holding the escapement that I found quite captivating, and honestly, the amount of depth found in the movement was quite profound. Further, the movement carries a whopping 168-hour power reserve with a visible indicator on the back of the watch and 29 joules. The Series 1 comes on a very comfortable leather strap made by Jean Rousseau. Uniquely, the pin buckle has a subtle hint to the lug design, and I found that to be really cool. The strap also features an easy-to-swap quick change system you'd come to expect from a watch of this caliber, but it isn't always the case. So hats off to Fleming for including this no-brainer when it comes to perceived value. I had high expectations when it was announced that Thomas and James were starting a watch brand, but Fleming exceeded even those expectations. The Series 1 is top quality in every sense of the word and an achievement in watchmaking team building. Since the watch took 3 years to develop due to getting all these powerhouses together, seeing it all come together into such a unique and beautiful product is beyond exciting. Fleming has a lot more in the works, with a number of previews coming up in the coming months. And if they're anything like the Series 1, we're all in for quite a treat. The Rose Gold Series 1 will be limited to 7 pieces and come with a price tag of 48,500 Swiss francs. The Tantalum version is limited to 25 pieces and retails for 45,500 Swiss francs. And the Platinum version is limited to 9 pieces and is 51,500 Swiss francs. So, what do you think of the new Fleming Series 1? Do you like it? And don't forget, if you enjoyed this review, make sure to like the video and subscribe to my channel. And check out all my other reviews at wristenthusiast.com. Thanks for watching.